about your gardening level of experience. Would you say on a 1 to 10 scale, where 1 is like a beginner and 10 is like a wise old gardener and you know everything, what would you say you rate as? And then what do you think is the easiest thing that you grow? My hope for you is that there won't be as much confusion, like or overwhelm, and that you'll have an understanding of the plant's life cycle. And the story that I like to share is I used to, in the past, I used to like go in the nurseries and I would see a beautiful flower. And like my favorite one was like this Gara, I think it's called Gaura. It was gorgeous. It had like these stems that came up. They were almost like orchid stems. And then at the ends, they had like these floaty white flowers and they had
Oh,
movement. And I was hypnotized and I was mesmerized. So I would bring a plant like that home and I would dig a hole and I'd plop it in there and I'd cover the hole, cover it up again. And then I'd be upset when it died because I didn't know. I had no idea. I had no idea why it died. And I just kept thinking, well, I just must not have a green thumb. I must have a black thumb because my great grandmother gardened in the backyard. She did food. And
yeah.
my grandma did food and flowers and all that kind of good stuff. And my grandpa did
Flowers.
tomatoes. And I thought, well, it shouldn't be that hard. Now, my mother was not as good at gardening. So she did not like inherit that gene, but she also was really busy with life. So she didn't like dive into, the ins and outs of different plants. They don't teach this stuff in school. I mean,
Right.
they take basic biology or the cells or things like that or the human body. They don't like really go into like why is soil important? Why are seeds important? What is short day? What is long day? Things like that. They don't talk about that stuff. So we
No.
have to learn it on our own.
Right.
And so I had too many plants that died just because I didn't know what it was they needed. It'd almost be like, you invite a cat to come live with you, but you don't have a litter box and you don't have the right food. I'm kidding. And
No
and you
food,
just
no
yeah,
cat.
yeah, you didn't realize maybe that they're going to scratch, so you didn't have a scratching post, so now you're upset because your furniture's all clawed up or whatever. Um, you didn't realize that, maybe this cat is particular about their food or they want play toys that are only specific things. And so,
Yes.
yeah. So what I did is I read a bunch of books, I watched some videos, and I got better and better at it. After a while, I became a master gardener, and that was in my grandmother's honor. She was a master gardener, and then a homesteader. But that was really after my kids grew up and moved away
Right.
because now we didn't have to do all the parenting tasks that were going on.
You had more
So
time.
now we could really dedicate the time and the energy and the effort to growing and learning things. And
Yeah.
then when I started my business in February 2021, I really dove in because I really wanted to understand a lot more and be able to explain it to people as well. So that it was like I would take like a lot of information and condense it and break it down into like the bare basic points that they needed to like move on into into growing things.
Right.
Because I don't know, some people like me, I could just dive in. I could spend hours. I could spend days on different topics. But we don't all have time to do that, and that's okay. So my aha moment really was when I dialed into the plant lifestyle, that or the life cycle. That's when I started to have a lot more improvement in what I was doing, and that's what I want to teach you is what I learned back then. Click on the video for the next portion of Know Better, Grow Better. And if you enjoyed this, share it with a friend and consider subscribing to the channel for more. Thanks so much for watching.